Hello and welcome back. Today we are continuing here as Austria into Germany into hopefully today the HRE, and then following that into Rome. Last episode we surrounded some markets. We surrounded the French market, we surrounded the Russian market, and we surrounded, F's to pay respect. No, we also surrounded the great Qing market, and so this is kind of how things are, or where they're going. Just wanted to point something out. This is patch 1.5.5, and a little bit of balance kind of discussion I suppose we could be having is well, this is a little bit of a bugginess thing that hopefully they resolve by the time of the live release, but you can see here we have a power plant, and it's not fully staffed, and, +9 in the queue. So this is what I was advising kind of earlier, what you have to be careful for, not to build power plants where you don't have labor. And we had labor here, but we made the mistake of putting down a power plant, but we don't have any qualifications here, and so this thing can't go to being unprofitable. And so then the auto queue sees it, and they're like, wow, it's so balanced, much excite, and then they just go crazy. Also in 1.5.5, just generally speaking, qualifications seem quite a bit rougher. We do have universities in a couple of these spots. We don't have any universities here, so we're going to put some here with the hopes that this helps to solve the madness that is the power plant going haywire. So, for example, this power plant not going crazy. Why? Because there is enough qualifications, perhaps. But I just wanted to point this out. Kind of a little bit of a strangeness. Really hard to evaluate. If this happens consistently, it's really hard to evaluate any sort of electricity tax, and you just have to be very, very careful where you put it, because once you put it down, it can go a little bit crazy. This is a very strange event. A statue of history. A statue of the old monarch stands in Jiangxi. Why would a statue of the Hapsburgs with their glorious chins stand in Jiangxi? I don't know, but I think we should just, take it back to Vienna, which of course will make Jiangxi pops more loyalists. They're loyal because they don't like the Great Qin. This is very strange indeed, but we'll relocate it and continue on our merry way. So what we've done to kind of try and come in here and help solve some, qualification problem, which, by the way, is part of why this railroad is running away with the bag, is there's not enough qualifications. What we've been doing is we've been deleting some government administrations, which kind of we hate doing, but it prevents this sort of situation where these are just running away. And then we're also going a little bit more in on the unis as well. They are going crazy in Wallonia as well, because we are out of labor there, which is a bit unfortunate. We even have a ton of migration coming in. I mean, to be fair, the available jobs will pull in migrants, but we really don't want this many power plants here. So our company is coming in pretty clutch. We're maintaining this bonus for 20% production speed off the back of, even though we're passing old age pensions, which of course the industrialists hate, we're maintaining this even though, what is this? My estate panel, whatever. Okay, we're maintaining this even though we're passing law partially or entirely because of this company. The +3 industrialist approval, really letting you hit individual breakpoints where you're going to maintain their approval. Often they're very happy, but this is a kind of a neat one. On top of 5% infrastructure is excellent, and the company being both sulfur and railways, also excellent. Really, really impressed with this company overall. And this company, Standard Oil, and the coal and railway company both all look, pretty prime for being one of the best or top 5 companies, I would think. We are going to war with Australia to annex them. We already annexed Mauritania, just kind of cleaning up the map before we, form Rome, making sure that there are as many Germanys written across the map as possible. So it's not like we need trench works to win wars, but I figured that, it'd be interesting to at least turn on. And then on top of this, we will gain a lot more army power projection and prestige off the back of this, and maybe this decays even more people into non-GP status, or in particular, decaying people into the minor power status is more useful. The USA is maybe a little bit on the chopping block in that regard. The United Netherlands accepts the reduction of their autonomy without a fight, so if we just go this and then this, we see a nice solid German color. Now all that remains is going after Spain and also acquiring some infamy, or not some infamy. We have plenty of infamy. We also need to acquire a good amount of. Hopefully, these guys just accept. We might even force the diplo play on the reduced autonomy, mainly because we want to generate some radicalism, some Italian radicalism, before we do this. But I think we can. I think we have time to annex Tunis. They might just back down. They might not. We'll see. All right, there we go. So we get ourselves a proper messy world war here. On the back of a play versus the Papal States, we need to generate. We need to actually fight them because we need to generate radicalism in Italy, and so even though they guaranteed accept reduced autonomy, we can't do it. We need to conquer some of their territories, so we're conquering Campania and Sicily, and then Morocco also joined, France also joined, and Russia also joined, and the Ottomans also joined, and so we will be taking Al Rif off the Moroccans, and then hopefully Alaska and Guyana off of respectively the French and the who is it? The Russians. But if we don't take it, it's not the end of the world. You know, these things aren't particularly important. The time actually might be worth more than like getting everything done. But we will just mainly try and enforce on, you know, these guys. We could. No, we can't reverse sway because we have a truce. Yep. But this will be a little bit of a war, and we'll fill our queue because it's been a monstrous thing to keep filled. And the enemy is getting occupied very, very quickly on all fronts, everywhere. Don't even need to micro it that much. It is a little bit laggy. We do have way too much bureaucracy because we were kind of sick of, you know, having to build it up. Also, we have been decreasing the Home Affairs institution again because we are trying to generate more radicalism. To this end, we do have to generate more radicalism, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a forbidden thing. This is normally not allowed. If you have children under the age of, 37, please have them leave the room, because we're going to do a dirty thing right now. We are going to tax grain. Is this good? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Also, over 10,000 construction, but we are taxing grain, which is going to generate radicals because it's going to decrease standard of living because as far as things you could tax go, this is going to most disaffect the lower rung pops out of anything. It's 17% of their income. Actually, maybe taxing clothes plus fish would be even better. Interesting. But we're still going to tax grain. We're just trying to lower their standard of living so they get upset about everything, which of course is the goal. France is almost fully occupied. It takes quite a bit longer to occupy Russia, but Russia's going to get there. Ottomans are almost fully occupied. Morocco is fully occupied, as is two Sicilies. So why don't we just see how close people are to maybe giving up the bag. Well, Morocco's that close, I suppose. Man, France is holding out. I feel like they should... okay, sure. So instead of taking the time to actually enforce on these guys, because they're still at plus 50, we're just going to capitulate. They don't have any war goals on us. Really not a big deal. And instead, we will get a chance to maybe annex a few more guys before we annex Spain and become Rome/HRE, or HRE, then Rome. Alright, this has gotten a little spicy. We went to annex Spain and then sided on Belungan's side in exchange for conquer Texas, CB, which of course will completely break the USA's market, leaving just these coastal provinces and will assuredly decay them into being a minor. On their side, they have received support from Great Britain. Now, on Spain's side, they've received support from Russia, and we're kind of just waiting to see if France makes a little bit of a move, because they are the last, obviously, person who could possibly, fight us. I guess Qing could also fight us, but I don't think they have interests in these areas, and so we do have a little bit of a world war. Now, by a little bit of a world war, I mean, we're not even full mobilizing, so we're not really very concerned, but, as scary as it could be, it's not scary. It's not scary at all. Yes, Karl Marx becomes the Chancellor, as he was meant to be. of Germany. Notably, we could exile him if we wanted. I think we have an anarchist in the wings kind of ready, but unfortunately it's not going to matter anyways because we are going to be swapping to Rome pretty soon. I suppose we could, let's just do it. So we're going to reform the government. We're going to exile Eric Karl Marx. Starting to get some serious lag. Exile dissident. That's right. Now he's a communist. And now we have this guy. Anarchist. Reform government. Put him in government. Huzzah. He's in government. And now, with an anarchist, we should be able to go multiculturalism, which will be nice. I don't know if we get it fast enough, but we could just do it for now. So we annexed Spain, and now the USA is about to get enforced on taking Texas. Of course, we will lose the F, F's in chat, but we will gain Tejas, and we will gain the absolute destruction of the American market. It's every American's worst nightmare. The capitalism has failed. Capitalism has fallen. There is no more market to be had. It is gone. Alright, coming on over, we just kind of have a little bit of a thing. We also let this revolt occupy both Sicily and Campania, mainly because we wanted to generate some more radicalism and turmoil. If we hover on the map mode, plenty of Italian, radicals, which is exactly what we need and exactly what we were hoping for, so that will be good for us. And it's just a matter of enforcing on Russia now, as well as, the Papal States Revolt, which we will, move guys around in order to do so. So this railway that expanded infinitely is obviously now becoming a problem now that there's sufficient qualifications. We're just, sinking 100,000 into this railway, making this ungodly cheap, and we cannot delete any levels of the railway either. Alright, so there was a little bit of a bug, and in that bug, the Papal States became completely free from us. I don't know how that happened, because we won the war against them when they had a revolution, or we won a war against the revolution, but the revolution somehow enforced upon our, subject, before, I don't know exactly how that shook out, or how the war is, bifurcated, or there's a strangeness, and maybe I don't understand the mechanic, but so we have reloaded. As you can see, Spain's not annexed. USA still has Tejas, F to pay respect. And what we're going to do, because it's taking me an extremely long amount of time to do anything, because this is the current state of affairs on the Mondays, is we're just going to swap sides and get what we wanted anyways. Because we had enforced on it, we're just going to annex, go to annex this guy. We will wait until the time period, and then we will swap sides, and then we will do what we intended to do, because Papal States is the one subject we absolutely positively can't have break free from us. It just 100% doesn't work. We need to have them, as you will see in just a moment. So we'll be right back. Alright, it's time. We're gonna form the HRE. Before we form the HRE, let's say goodbye to Germany. There's a Germany here. There's a whatever this is. This has to be the most cursed looking title I've ever seen. There's notably no Germany over Germany. There's Germany here, Germany here. And there's no Germany over there, but there's a Germany in Canada. F's to pay respect to no longer having the F. Tragic. There's a Germany over here. There's a Germany over here, 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 and little one here. Okay, let's form Central Europe. Now, notably, this will be the HRE. Normally, we're going to go nation formation, Central Europe, form Central Europe, and we will say, we will not choose this option, because we're not going to be Central Europe for very long. We're just going to get, well, geez, the prestige is almost nothing, but yeah, we're not going to do it, because we're not going to say Central Europe, and we will just unpause, wait a tick. Wait, where's the blue? Do we have a bugged out Central Europe? Okay, there we go. Brilliant blue. Very, very blue. Much excite. Now what we are going to do is we're going to release a subject. Now, we are forming Rome by being annexed by Rome. this is how we are switching to Rome. See, Voltaire had a criticism of the Holy Roman Empire, which if we were on empire, if we had a monarch, we would be. He said that it was neither holy nor Roman, and he was right. And so what we were going to do is we were going to make the Holy Roman Empire both holy and Roman. And so let's find Rome here. Oh my god, all the scrolling. These are all the countries we can release. Holy Batman. We can release Rome, and I know what you're thinking. Rome? Which country is Rome? This is the Papal States if you are on a republic. And so this is why the Papal States, critically, is the only country that cannot be let free, because we want to be able to do this. And now, when we unpause, now we will, as Central Europe, we have a bunch of primary cultures. One of these primary cultures, I said we had a bunch of primary cultures. South German is... Can we get the full list? Oh my god. Well, in here is Italian. So because we have Italian culture, we do get the Italian event chain, and we are about to get it right now because there is multiple of these. We get the Italian nationalist seize Rome. Oh no. Tragic. We will annex Rome. We will, of course, re-release Rome before clicking the other event. Let's re-release Rome. We will say, hey Rome, we didn't mean it. We didn't mean to annex you. It wasn't our fault. We will release you as an independent once again. And then we have the Whispers of the Risorgimento, which we will support. Italy must be restored. And now we have this. Unfortunately, we don't have as much radicals as we want. So, what we have to do is we need to increase radicalism as much as possible, and we need to get this progress bar to fill all the way. Once this progress bar fills all the way, Rome will annex us. That's right, this inky-dinky Rome, being the great and powerful Roman Republic that it is, will annex the entirety of, this beast, this blue beast on the map. Let's get it. So to increase that progress bar, we have to increase radicalism. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough, and we can't really increase taxes anymore. So we are going to go in the institutions. We're going to reduce all the way on both, home affairs as well as law enforcement. Then what we are going to do is we are going to take a look at all the Italian states, and we are going to make their PMs dumpster. We're going to swap everything to the absolute worst PMs possible, which will cause pops to become unemployed. They'll just get fired off because the buildings won't be profitable. If this is not sufficient, which I'm hoping it will be sufficient to trigger this, then what we will do is we will start hiring and firing naval bases, construction sectors, and barracks, because every time a pop gets fired, they get mad, and we're just looking to make them as mad as possible. So this is what we're going to do, and it is very tedious, so I am going to do it off screen. So we are steadily increasing this, but unfortunately, the event keeps on firing on Rome, and we keep annexing Rome, and then we have to release Rome, and so this is certainly not ideal. We'll just choose this option. But we will just keep releasing them as much as needed, and this number will climb and climb and climb, and once it gets to 100%, then there will be the old switcheroo, and instead of us annexing them, or it looks like they have a little bit less on the turmoil this time, we will just get to release them as soon as we are done, putting down these revolutions. We'll also try and keep the queue going, but this is we're coming to the end here of what we're going to be doing. Didn't notice Sardinia initially, but we have found a delightful use for the probably the worst PM in the game with the chainsaw PM is if you're trying to actively decrease or cause radicalism, it's actually a pretty nice PM. Still having a bit of difficulty getting this to come on up. It is a bit sticky. What I think we can do, and again, we keep getting this event, and then we can keep release. It was not this tedious during our testing. The problem is we don't have enough radicalism, but I think what we can do, so if we take a look here, we can see that, okay, all of our radicals are in Sicily, Campania, Venetia. So if we release some of these as subjects, I don't think we can annex, I don't think they will be annexable through this event, or I don't think they will, I don't think they can annex us if we are their overlords. And so, to that end, we might try, for example, releasing Venice, or not Venice, because that's where our radicals are, but like Lombardia and Sardinia, Piedmont, with the idea that when we release them, then they can, well, we might just annex them through this event anyways, but then we will increase proportionally the amount of Italians that we have that are radicals, which will, increase this progress. Okay, I think this might do the trick. We have Rome as independent. We released a whole bunch of these. Our rigatoni is making progress, and we are going to delete some construction sectors because I think this will be enough. We are, of course, building construction sectors just so we can delete them, which is very much so the plan here. Of course, we gave our subject way too many construction sectors, but this was just... We're hiring pops just to fire them here. You know, sucks to work in the European Union or Central Europe. I think this will do it. We just have to wait one tick of an update. I think this will progress us towards 100. The problem is they're getting annexed. Yeah, they're getting insta-annexed every time too. By the exact same event. By the way, this event shouldn't work for Central Europe, it just does. And I'm guessing they are going to patch it out on the live release, so this is probably beta only. Okay. Alright, we'll just keep Parma as our puppet, and then we will release, again, Evermore, Rome, one more time, I suppose. Release is independent. I mean, we're so close. Maybe another tick will take us over up to 100%. They support Italian unification. Thanks, dude. Thanks, bro. We could notably, by the way, form Italy. Oh my god. Alright, we'll get there eventually. Alright, just remembered the strategy we were using in testing, which was reforming the government to be as illegitimate as possible. So they give 36. Alright, just industrialists only, which will give us more radicalism development. Definitely forgot about this one. This should really pop this up pretty quick. Of course, Rome is developing a ton of radicals as well, so we will continue to get, I guess, coin flip who annexes who. Well, okay. Yep. Okay, we are now over 100%, but that was letting it tick while we had Rome, so I don't know if it... Hey, the Chad pipeline. Hey, Chad pipeline, always free. They support unification. Let's see if we get the event pop. No, that's not what we wanted. We wanted the other way around. We wanted them annex us. Why not they annex us? Oh my god. We got this to work so consistently in testing, I swear to god. Becoming Rome was super easy. We just needed to develop a lot more radicalism. That sucks. We needed to be a little bit more proactive about developing, like, our own radicals. I mean, now we're developing a lot of radicals. You know, we're decreasing home affairs and police, which should help with the generating radicals, because this is contingent upon us having a lot of radicals that are North and South Italian. And so... We did give some guys jobs, though. Not enough, though. We gotta took their jobs. Alright, so we managed to develop a lot of radicalism, and then let the event fire. Here, let's kind of just take a look at the Italian radicalism. It's real high. It's real high, baby. But now the event's fired for both of us simultaneously. We want just the tricolors over Vienna. And so this one changes our stuff, and now they have the option for whether or not to annex us. We're actually just going to switch sides to them because we just switched, and we're getting a little... This definitely worked in testing, and we are struggling a little bit. Now we're seeing... Here it is. This is what we want. Offer our sympathies to the new regime. Oh, does it really have to fire twice? So it has to fire twice, apparently. But we have an event. I mean, it had to fire... We're literally... Alright, we're gonna try releasing them one more time here. I'm not sure exactly what to do. It was super consistent when we tested it out before. Alright, so we should fire again, no? We're at 135%. And, this isn't what we wanted. Alright, we'll make them a puppet and then we'll release them. They're supposed to full annex us. I know they didn't patch it because we tested it out, like, a few saves ago to make sure we could still get it. Our great nation was about to be annexed by the lowly OPM of Rome. But now we don't have enough radicalism. To releasing them, get rid of the radicalism. Do they have turmoil though? They still have a lot of turmoil. Man. Alright, I think this is the moment of truth. We're going to delete the last little bit of construction sectors we've been building and deleting here. Because I think we're going to cross the threshold while, you know, Rome has been relatively stable. Meaning we've not been annexing it repeatedly. And I think this means we're going to get tricolors over Vienna here. We're at 99.4. We have been developing this. By building and then deleting multiple construction and, of course, running as high taxes as possible, taxing both grain and, you know, alcohol, and having as illegitimate a government as possible, right? We can't do worse, can we? No, we can't do worse than the Industrialists. So, 99.6. Continues. What is it? Why'd you say expanded? It's been okay. Tricolors over Vienna. Here it is. Roman Republic gets the Italian nationalists seize Vienna. Yes? Oh baby. Let's go. Roman Republic, baby. Ayy. Now, I think this kills all of our generals. Yeah, it does kill all of our generals. So, we do have an opportunity here. We're going to have to rake back our authority, and we are going to try and bolster the religious folk, because, you know, we have become, from Holy Roman Empire, which was neither holy nor Roman, we have in fact become Roman. This is as Roman as it gets, baby. So now all that's left is becoming holy. Also important to note, we only have that 5.5 infamy that we got from annexing the HRE as the Roman Republic. So now, good guy Roman Republic, we can go out trading again, we can pull people into the customs union, you know, we can bankroll people, we can do the things with the stuff. So let's try and get Qing into the customs union. Qing's kind of the big one. I guess they're the only one remaining, really. He who remains. Qing and Russia, I guess, to some extent. Let's just take a look at, you know, GP status. You know, there's only 3 GPs, and the rest of them are pretty weak. We could just subjugate Brazil, but we want to be nice guy Rome, because everyone knows that Rome was the least belligerent of all nations towards its neighbors. We are but a peaceful trader doing trades. We have 227 trade routes. You know, they will greatly affect our economy in a positive way. Obviously, our graph is just based on when we swapped playing the Roman Republic, so, like, here we are just like Roman, boop, annexing the HRE, and we will not capitulate. Okay, fair enough. But we are just, you know, we will take some enactment chance. Also, it appears that our Intelligentsia might be a little bit unique, because we have the Papal States as Intelligentsia, and I don't know if they just don't care about, you know, going state religion at all, like they normally do. But we are going state religion unopposed right now, so it's only a matter of time, really, because it's really hard for us to roll negative events when almost everyone is indifferent. Alright, well, we've gotten 3 law debate fails, which means our ability to enact state religion is now dead. Unfortunately, Voltaire was right. You can never be holy and Roman, at least not again. Interestingly, United States, insignificant power. I thought that one was a little bit amusing. I wonder what their pop trajectory. Ooh, yikes! That's a weird looking graph. But I think we are going to conclude the run and the episode here. The last few episodes have just been a super slog. Like, it's just going really, really slow. So it takes forever to do anything. But just kind of reviewing, I guess, what things look like. Didn't have enough time to expand the customs union. Almost certainly could have pulled most people into it, and probably could have swapped Great Britain into our, customs union from, from Russia's. Could have had something like that. 2.8 billion GDP is the kind of end mark. Although towards the end we weren't exactly minimaxing for it. We definitely should have expanded construction more and not like run low taxes to try and pass the laws faster and this type of stuff. But it was interesting to see the economy definitely felt slowed down when we started rampaging a little bit, because we couldn't make use of, enormous trade routes and volume. So like, coming here, let's take a look. Like, we've just like, so much stuff is like more productive as a result of like having access to trade, even though trade is severely gimped in, as a result of MAPI and local prices, but we still managed to pop off, but it felt a little bit slower while we were rampaging, and then like the GDP, after being kind of stagnant for a long time, kind of popped off. Although part of that's actually us reducing taxes, so confounding variables abound. At 80% literacy for incorporated states, pretty high SOL, even in India and stuff. Although we've had the excess pops have had a good amount of time to leave. Actually pretty good looking SOL for China as well. They've just had time to migrate. Also with 1.5 migration, which is so super overtuned, we have 700 million pops, and average SOL of 16.7, which is, I think, pretty good for 1.5. Obviously, this is kind of cheesy, what we did. Is it? Actually, it wasn't that cheesy. It's just, normally we don't do high infamy stuff. I guess getting India was pretty cheesy. Normally we don't do high infamy stuff, but this was a little bit interesting. I assume on the release version, you won't be able to sway, transfer India, these types of stuff, and so, or transfer Canada. I think we also transferred a lot of the, internals on the Australia in this one, so... but for now, the transfers seem really good. Anyways, it was a bit of an interesting run. This bug or exploit where you could swap to any one of the Italian miners if it's the only one remaining is pretty funny. We had a really hard time executing it, though, this episode, relative to practice. I don't know. It was super consistent in practice, and it didn't feel complicated, and then it just felt really hard. Obviously, you have to reach a certain level of... radicalism, and so it's easier if you conquer the territories right before forming the HRE, which gives you the primary culture. I think we can now, if we want to, though. Let's take a quick save in case I want to take screenshots, but then we will form the HRE again. Actually, I think we can form Italy and then the HRE. So let's do that. Oh my god, the ungodly, long one. So we'll just form it just for kicks. Form Italy. Hey, glorious union. It's a big Italy. It's an Italy. Hey. And then, Central Europe. Woo! Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. These last few episodes were a bit of a slog. Do the YouTube algorithms. Yeah, I'm so tired if you guys can't tell. Do the YouTube algorithm stuff. And other than that, have a good one. Oop. Don't want to end off on this. Bye-bye now.
Now, children, I was asked to bring a healthy snack, so join me in the hall for swine livers and Capri Suns.